Hello, church. It is Thursday, June 11th, and I am Pastor Colleen. So much is happening in our lives these days. As if the pandemic was not enough, we are a country that is up on its feet protesting the racial injustices in this country. So to that end, I want to share with you the conclusion of a sermon that was preached recently by the Reverend Leighton Williams, who is a minister in the Presbyterian Church USA. He said this, and he begins by quoting Brene Brown. When confronted with news of a stranger's unimaginable pain, a suicide and overdose, a protest for justice and basic dignity, we have two choices. We can choose to respond from fear, or we can choose courage. We can choose to believe that we are somehow insulated from the realities of these traumas and that our willpower or our strength of character makes us better than these displays of desperation and woundedness. When we seek shelter in the better than, safer than, different than thinking, we are actually choosing fear. And that requires us to self-protect and arm ourselves with judgment and self-righteousness. Our only other option is to choose courage. Rather than deny our vulnerability, we lean into both the beauty and agony of our shared humanity. Choosing courage does not mean that we're unafraid. It means that we are brave enough to love despite the fear and uncertainty. These days it feels like the whole world is on fire, like it is one great big burning bush, and we, you and I, are like Moses, tiptoeing closer, unable to tear our eyes away from the strange, disturbing sight. We cannot turn away and ignore it. We cannot shut our eyes and unmake it, and we cannot simply walk up, feet and heart safely wrapped in an insulated soul, unaffected by the heat and the rocky ground of this wilderness. God is speaking to us from these flames. God is challenging on us to remove the sandals from our feet, calling us to holy, barefoot vulnerability. This calling does not ask us to embrace the vulnerability forced upon people by oppression, abuse, and the brokenness of this world. We are called, rather, to a vulnerability that is willing and mutual. That asks us to cast off our chance at easy escape and the comfort of insulated, unaffected curiosity and privilege. We are being called to be seen in all our weak and broken and beautiful humanity, and to see others in their brokenness, to see the way the world is breaking them and us, and the way we are participating in it. To cry out and ask, why and how long? Why are the children dying? Why is peace so impossible? Why are the claws of oppression and prejudice and injustice so deeply sunk into the fabric of our society? Why is the world burning, and how long must it go on? We must ask the questions and feel the pain of their lament on the sensitive, weary, dirty skin of our feet, and know in the depths of our souls that their answers matter. Not just for other people somewhere else, but for us, for all of us. And then we must get really, really quiet and listen. Then go where we are called. It is a scary thing, taking off one's sandals in a world like this. It is a scary thing to let ourselves be truly vulnerable, to go all in. But this much we know, we are not alone. God is there to meet us, to be seen and known and named, to be vulnerable with us. And there in that vulnerable place, with the heat of a broken world singeing our toes, and God with and for us all, only there can we really know what it is to be standing on holy ground. Amen. My dear, dear church, it is a scary thing to take off one's sandals in a world like this. It is easier to keep our shoes on and stay shut up in our homes or even our places of worship. but God is calling us. God is speaking to all of us from this burning, broken world and calling us to take off our shoes, stand on this holy ground, and to get really, really quiet and listen. God is asking us to open our hearts and truly see and hear the pain of our siblings in Christ. And then God is calling us to go where we are called. And we may not always know where that will be, but we do know that wherever it is, God will be with us. God will never leave us to find the way alone. And God will give us the words and the tools necessary to help. I pray we can all hear this call. I pray we will ask God to open our hearts, and that collectively we will take off our shoes and let the holiness of the ground we stand on fill our souls and inspire us to share the love of God. Thanks for listening, church. I pray that you have a wonderful day. God bless you all. Bye.